How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another SUI update. And if you followed along with my last update on Friday, it said huge bounce, which is what I was calling for all the way back down in this green box, and we got it. And at the very first resistance, which I mentioned, which was between the 20 and the 55 EMA, we actually saw this dump. Now, very unfortunate that this is coming from the very first test of resistance. So all that needs to happen going forward, which is what I said on the last update on Friday, this green box must remain support. So we're coming into the 200 EMA right now. That is $3. So between the price of $2.86 to $3, this must hold. Otherwise, I'm going to show you this pattern. I've already shown you it before, a fractal from the past, which could be forming. This fractal is a bearish fractal, and it's actually saying we've got a lot lower to go if Bitcoin and the market does not sort itself out. I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to show you some similarities with the past. So as you can see to my left over here, we've got 4 tops as well. And we had a capitulation event, which we see to the right as well. So this move down was around 59%. And as you can see, it happened in like a 2-week period. And the same situation here, we're now 55%, but it actually happened in a 1-month period. So it took slightly, longer, maybe double. Now, what we can see actually happens from the capitulation is that you get this massive move up, but there's a lot of resistance in the way, exactly like now. With such a move down, you have to place your fibs, and it's going to show you all those levels of resistances up ahead where it can fail and lower high and roll over. You can see that after it failed to reclaim even the 0.5 or the 6.5, then it rolled over, filled in that wick, and eventually bled down as it got caught and trapped under the moving averages. So then you'd place a fib measuring that first initial move up after the capitulation back up into those key golden pockets. And then it's giving you those bearish targets to the downside. So I've done that today for you guys. And I'm not saying this is 100% happening. I'm just showing you so many similarities at the moment. So I have to measure this entire move up. In fact, if I zoom in more, this move up stopped right there. So I'm placing it in the wrong place. So right there. And then you can see, place this Fibonacci on this move down. It's giving us this key golden pocket level over here, $3.60 to $4. So I adjust this. So that's measuring this entire move down just like we did in the past. And back over here, you couldn't even break through the 0.5 or the 6.5. That's exactly what we're seeing this time round. So what needs to happen going forward, as I mentioned before, $2.85 to $3 must hold, and then $4 must break. Unfortunately, though, you can see up until $5, the risk of that rollover that you can see over here can happen, because this is the very first resistance it failed at. It could have got up as high as $2, the 886, and still went down on this path. It could have done. And that's the same situation here. It could get up to $5, the 886, and still go on that path down. So if the 200 EMA is lost, what is expected next? It would be basically from this point of the red box there. That is where we are right now. We started to see the rollover. You can see that it respected the moving averages so far. It's holding them and hugging them as resistance. Look at that rejection of the 20 daily. The exact same happened over here. So that's why I know we're only going to get structure change if we at least by the very bare minimum reclaim that 20 daily EMA. That is when we're going to see some structure change, because when price is above the 20 daily, you're going to new highs, and when you're going underneath, you're going to new lows. So we're not going to see that structural change, that character change, until the 20 daily is broken. And it's very annoying that that was attempted on Friday, where we know the stock market shuts and there's low volume. So before losing $2.85 and $3 this week, we need to sort it out. We need to reclaim $4 for SUI. Otherwise, there is that risk of this previous fractal playing out. And as I am also an investor in SUI, I don't want that to happen or take place, but I'm also not going to be one of those idiot YouTubers that is only screaming bullish. So I called the pump from here. We got that nice bounce as I predicted. And then also, as I was warning constantly, this is all resistance where a lower high can form. So I'm always looking ahead, looking out for you guys, because also I'm involved, and what's the point in lying? So that is what I see going forward. this needing to hold in order to break this high level. But while we are under this key level of resistance, it's higher likelihood that we go ahead and try and break this. It's trying to force Sui below this price point into even lower prices, which I do not want. So reclaim $4 and then I'll change my stance a little bit. But remember, you can still dump from being under $5. Guys, if you want to learn how to do this and recognize these things, then use the links in the description of this update to get into the Discord or do my ebook or mentorship plans. Otherwise, stay tuned with these video updates and support the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Cheers.